dangerous intermediate zone. See, Shivandu has described this thing in great detail in the Life Divine. He talks of these, both the phrases are there present in Life Divine. Valley of the wandering gleam and dangerous intermediate zone. These phrases are present as they are in the Life Divine. And while in the Life Divine, when you read those particular passages, see this phrase, dangerous intermediate zone, there is practically nothing poetic in it. It is a prose statement. It is a prose statement. But the moment it is coming here, it acquires a sudden different kind of a poetic quality. It is no more prosaic. It has a kind of a thrust, a kind of power, sort of a rhythm also which pushes it forward. Because of could bear to a dangerous intermediate zone. You see, that is how you'll read, not in Life Divine. See, you don't read like that, Life Divine. See. Where death walks wearing a robe of deathless life. What a powerful sentence this one is saying. I sent you this passage, dangerous intermediate zone.
It is basically you go there without body.
No, it is yeah, I mean, it is the spirit which is experiencing.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. In the inner countries, what we are saying, Savitri has come into the wideness of her watching self, which brought a grandiose gust of the breath of life. This is what we are seeing just now. Into earth life, it poured tangled charm and primitive joy, and a fire and the mystery of forbidden delight, and the honey sweet poison wine of lust and death. This is a giant head of life, and felt a celestial rapture's golden sting. There was the surge of opposite powers, faith in heaven and intercourse with hell. These powers give ambrosious taste and poison sting. They could imitate mind's plain foot gallop. This is what we have seen. Plain gallop. Those galloping hooves in their enthusiast speed could bear through the dangerous intermediate zone. They could enter the valley of the wandering gleam. This is what mind can lead you to, you see. Here they were agents and not masters of life's desires. See, they are not really, life desires are not under their control. So they get driven by life desire and then they get drifted into the dangerous zone. See, if mind lends itself to life, life can push you into that zone. Their bodies born out of some Nihil's womb can ensnare the spirit and then perish vomiting immortal soul. Yet uncaught, unslain, some carrying truth's image could verily pass and reach a greater life. Some can still uncaught, if they're uncaught. How? You have to really have something in you. If there is a psychic perception, psychic is forward, then you are absolutely safe. All this train past Savitri, but then smiled a beauty's world, and the world's heart smiled and laughed the joy of life, because there was something in Savitri which can open out to that, you see. Out of the vastness of the silent self, life's clamor fled, and Savitri remained mute and free. Now Shivandu used you some explanation. In a certain sense, it is an awakening of the psyche. See, when you are entering the dangerous intermediate zone, it means you are really coming closer to your psychic being. Until then, you were not aware of it. You are so much on the surface, you didn't know the powers which are there lying within you. Great power, dangerous powers, high powers also. You are not aware of it. But when you are coming closer to that, then you start becoming aware. When you leave the surface consciousness and enter into the inner part of your being, then you see all these possibilities. It means that you are really coming to the psyche, awakening the psyche. The inner soul, now hidden, clogged wholly or partially covered up by the superficial activity of the physical mind and senses, that brings to the surface the submerged or subliminal inner vital consciousness and also an inner or subliminal mental consciousness. See, there is subconscious mind, there is subconscious life, there is also the subliminal consciousness, subliminal higher of a greater quality, nobler quality. It is the subliminal which really gives you value to your life and existence. It is that which forms your being, subliminal mental consciousness and sense capable of perceiving experience directly. There are, however, two different kinds of action, these inner ranges of the consciousness. The first is a more outer and confused activity of the awakening subliminal mind and life, which is clogged with and subject to the grosser desires and illusions of the mind and vital being. So our desires and our ambition, they cloud that thing, you see. In spite of his wider range of experience and powers and capacities, by an enormous mass of error and deformations of the will and knowledge. So our will and knowledge can themselves get affected by that, full of false suggestions and images, false and distorted intuitions and inspirations and impulses, the latter often even depraved and perverse. See, it can lead you to that condition of depression and perversion, and vitiated too by the interference of the physical mind. So, physical mind, the inner vital, the inner mental, they get affected by these ambitions, by these desires, by our weaknesses of nature, and they can overpower you. See. The seeker of spiritual perfection, in other words, there is a question of purification of this thing. We have to purify this thing. We can't help it. Therefore, the seeker of spiritual perfection has to pass as quickly as possible, if he cannot altogether avoid. Now, normally, it cannot be avoided. They are there in us because we are made of all that. We can't disown them. They are there. We have to encounter them, that's all. Avoid. This zone of danger and the safe rule here is to be attached to none of these things, non-attachment. That is the only safety there. But to make spiritual progress one's sole real objective and to put no sure confidence in other things until the mind and life, soul are purified and the light of the spirit and supermind, or at least of the spiritually illumined mind and soul, are shed on these inner ranges of experience. So you have to accept them. But if there is some kind of a perception of higher thing, then you work upon that and use that to purify your own being. Then only you can sort of save yourself. Yes.
Is this zone, intermediate zone, dangerous zone, part of the subliminal?
Part of the subliminal. Well, between the subliminal and subconscious. Yeah. Actually, yeah. It's not part of subliminal, no. Is there? Yes, everything, everybody is there. We are, see, I mean, the moment you get possessed by some idea and notion in a wrong way, life will drag you down, and you have no escape. You are led by the force of that life always then, but that if that perception is not there, nobody can save you. It's there. See, it happens everywhere. I want to commit, I want to have this thing, and then you start arguing, you start organizing yourself in every way to gain that particular thing, without knowing that it could be evil. I want to become rich, that is the possession in you. So you will go to any extreme, kill, murder, loot, robbery, whatever you want to see. And you start organizing or everything along that line, you see. It is there. To purify that is the most difficult part of it, you see. There are worse dangers in this intermediate zone of experience. She even writes in a letter. This intermediate zone is a region of half-truths. But the half-truth here is often so partial or else ambiguous in its application that it leaves a wide field for confusion, delusion, error. And once you are caught in that, you get more and more trapped. More and more. Then you start wandering in the gleam, in the dangerous, sorry, in the value of wandering gleam. You get trapped in that. You see. But that is your light. You see. One can then pass quickly beyond into a clearer light where if there is still much mixture, incertitude and struggle, yet the orientation is toward the cosmic truth and not to a half-illumined prolongation of Maya. The intermediate zone is a zone of formations. It's a mixed zone of formations. Mental, vital, subtle, physical. Subtle. And whatever one forms or is formed by the forces of this world in us. It is certainly better if the psychic is conscious. In fact, that is the most surest kind of a thing. If you have got psychic perception, if you lean upon that, then you are safe. All these experiences belong to what I call the intermediate zone. Somebody was describing his experiences and Shivantu was replying to him. A large portion of them are of the vital plane. In the vital plane, there are all kinds of things, good and bad. This is what we are saying, the giant head of life, good and bad, helpful and dangerous. Now, this is from not exactly the same thing, but this is important. Slow or despond. You become depressed. You become worried. You are not able to move forward. You are longing for something, but not getting it. And you are helpless. You become despondent. Despair is there. You are seized by disappointment, so to say. That is the slough of despond. This is from Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan. What does it say? It is described in the text. He describes this miry slough is such a place as cannot be mended. You are there, is there in us. Purification of that thing is a very difficult, long process. It is this descent whither this calm and fill that attains conviction for sin that continually run. That is a pond of despair. That he calls it, no? Swamp of despair. Still, as a sinner is awakened about his lost condition, he is talking in terms of Christian theology, therefore the sinner. When he is talked of the lost condition, there ariseth in his soul many fears and doubts and discouraging apprehensions. Will this happen? Will I get swallowed? Will that happen? All kind of things keep on happening, which all of them get together and settle in this slough or despond. That all fears, all apprehensions. And this is the reason of the badness of this ground, the dangerous intermediate zone. Depression, a mental state characterized by a pessimistic sense of inadequacy and a despondent lack of activity. You are helpless, you don't know what to do in that condition. You are aspiring, but you are helpless. Now, this is a passage from his Pilgrim's Progress. This Christian, the pilgrim, is moving forward and he has fallen into the state of despondency, of despair, wherefrom Christian was left to tumble in the slower despond alone. But still he endeavored to struggle to that side of the slough that was still further from his own house. He wanted to get up from that. He has fallen into that mire. And next to the wicket gate, the which he did, but could not get out because of the burden that was upon his back. He has fallen there, he is trying to get up, but is carrying on his back a big bag of sin, of evil, and that he cannot disburden, and therefore he is not able to get up with the burden that was upon his back. But I beheld in my dream, there is something, there is some perception that a man came to him. Somebody came to see him, whose name was Help. The man who came to help him, his name was Help, and asked him what he did there. And Christian, he replied, Sir, said Christian, I was directed to go this way by a man called Evangelist, the guide of this Christian, who directed me also to yonder gate. Yes, the city of God is beyond that. You go like this, you will go to the city of God. Who directed me also to yonder gate that I might escape the wrath to come. And as I was going thither, I fell in here, in this slough of despond. Then this man, help, help. But why did you not look for steps? There are steps, why didn't you look for them? You see? He said, Christian said, fear followed me so hard that I fled the next way and fell. I was helpless, you see. So that is how you fall in the dangerous intermediate zone. This is the man, Christian, fallen in this low despond. And here comes the Savior, the evangelist, the help, rather help. Here comes help. You can see that, no? That man with beard, tall. He comes to help and pull him out, you see. So you have to ask somebody to help you, to bring you out of that state of depression. Very beautiful picture also, very. So that is how you land into the dangerous intermediate zone, you see. So the only saving feature for you, it is there with everybody. The basic sincerity.
Is it also when we leave the body, then we have to enter through a zone?
You cannot but go through that. You cannot but go through that.
Yeah, but there is, that's why many people, or most people, are afraid of death because they land in there.
Yes, and then they get trapped.
They get trapped, yes. But mother has, before she came to Pondicherry, she has made a bridge over that zone, isn't it?
No, bridge, there is no bridge there.
Yes.
Well,
Bridge.
see, indication of the mother, yeah, but then see, what does that mean? What is that bridge?
It means you can pass over.
What is that? What is that bridge?
Well, you are guided by divine light.
You have to cross to that. You can't help it. It is there within us. The only basic thing is, if you have psychic perception, if your psychic is sufficiently open, sufficiently out, it can always protect you against all those things, you see. Or else there should be some kind of a spiritual consciousness in you which can invoke the higher power, the divine power, the protecting power, God, name, whatever you want to call it, Durga, whomsoever you call it. You call him to help you in that condition. If you are some spiritual opening, you invoke that power, that goddess or deity or whomsoever you call, and it is she or he who will help you. Help will come in that way. But for an individual, the most fundamental thing is you have to have basic sincerity, absolute sincerity. What you are here for, if you are sincere to that, then automatically taken is care of against all these possibilities. Basic sin. And of course, the sincerity is born out of your contact with the psychic being. The true, pure sincerity comes when it is in touch with the psychic being. That is important. So your mind doesn't bother about other things. I want this, therefore I will do it. No. It is for a certain aim, objective. I am a seeker of truth. And therefore, once you are holding to that as the seeking of truth as your central objective, and if you are sincere to that, you will be led properly. Otherwise, mind will be lead you, okay, do this, do that. You will get fame, you will get money, you will get this, you will get that, rewards, awards, etc. The moment you start drifting, gone. Your objective, your mind is seeking truth. But if you want to capitalize on that truth to get fame or money or recognition and things like that, then gone. Then you are not sincere to your truth. You see. A scientist, he wants to learn the truth of things in matter. He has to be sincere to that. If he is that, then he will find the truth. But if he wants his pursuit to lead him to get a Nobel Prize, then you are not really sincere to science. Some other thing is entering in your personality, and that will drag you, push you out from that. You see, one has to be really very sincere to that. You see, I want to become a big speaker, and therefore let me read Savitri. See, gone. You are not then really doing Savitri. Then really you are not doing Savitri. To understand the truth, to enter into his domain, into his realm, if that is the constant urge in you, Savitri will lead you. But if you want to read Savitri, to write books, to become narrator, to do dance, drama, etc., etc., you could be misled. Though you are doing Savitri. So it is not a fault of Savitri then, it is your fault. Because you want to utilize Savitri for some other purpose. You come here to the ashram to do spiritual progress. But if you want to write the biography of Sri Aurobindo to get fame and recognition, then you are not really sincere to yourself. You are not. Basically, to really understand the truth of things, it is for that purpose you have come, but you got lost. So you get trapped in the valley of the wandering gleam. You get trapped. There is no escape for that. For that, the basic sincerity is required. I have come here for this purpose, so let me pursue that thing without getting diverted this way or that way, you see. That is the important thing. That is the only way. Where death walks wearing a robe of deathless life, we will not be able to recognize that what you are seeing is not deathless life, but you are seeing death. We will not be able to recognize that thing. That perception is lost completely. Or they enter the valley of the wandering gleam, whence captives are victims to the specious race. Specious, false, deceptive. Souls trapped in that region never can escape. So it's a very, very great statement. Never. That help will come, but you cannot feel it. Because you are lost in the band. It is this valley of wandering gleam, in that sense, is more dangerous than that slough of despond. In the slough of despond, somebody can come and help you and pull you up. But in the valley of wandering gleam, no. Souls trapped in that region never can escape. Never.